brief talk about hand positioning. Setting the bike up to fit you is one of the most important things, and I can't stress how important that is. The rev matching got so much easier. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. AC Ninja here. I want to have a brief talk about hand positioning. I posted somewhat of a clickbaity video a while back, and I kind of feel bad about it because I had the idea after the fact. I don't know what I was doing. When I started this YouTube thing, I kind of just randomly started filming. I got to start moving because my bike's going to heat up. I started randomly filming and just pulling content from already randomly filmed stock footage, and obviously if you're familiar with YouTube, that's not the way to do it. I didn't know what I was doing at first, and I still really don't, to be quite honest, but I'm trying to get better, so with everything I do, not just this. So one thing I want to do is make just a quick 5-minute, maybe less, video covering the topic of hand position for me. I watch MOTOJITSU. I watch and read anything I can, and I suggest if you ride and you're new at riding, do the same thing. You're never going to take in too much knowledge, you know, or too much information. Yeah, it's like drinking from a fire hose sometimes, that saying, but drink from a fire hose, you're bound to retain some things, and those some things can be the difference in you, not being injured or getting into an accident, or just you enjoying the ride more, or you being able to practice and improve at what you're doing. So what I would say is hand positioning, there's so much more to it than this. I'm not going to go into too much depth. I'll save that for another day, but this is the easiest thing to start with, is where you're putting your throttle hand, and you know, your left hand for that matter, your clutch hand, that also matters, but especially the throttle hand, because technically what it really is your brake hand. Huh. Interesting, I couldn't get in the first. That was weird. Okay, hopefully that's not a problem, but I guess we'll find out in a moment. So having this too close here really takes away all the leverage you get from the front brake, and the feel you have on the front brake is dramatically increased when you have your hand out toward the outside of the handle more. You can really feel, you know, when you want to brake 5, 10%, 20%, it's hard to do that when you're inside where there's no leverage. You know, having that leverage, you can just get such a better feel for the brake pressure. So I would just start with that. It's something you have to be conscious about the first couple times you do it, just like anything new that you're trying. But if you just consciously make the effort to do that, it's going to come naturally. And now I'll find myself every once in a while drifting. Okay. The whole time I was explaining that to you, I was dreading shifting down into first because I was afraid my bike was going to go, you didn't say the magic word. Jurassic Park like, if you know the reference. But we're in first, so I'm happy. Stop, lady, thank you. She wasn't going anywhere. I'm just ultra nervous, I guess you could say. No, that's the wrong word. Ultra aware and apprehensive, because I trust nobody, and you should not either. So yeah, dude, there's two things. So the one thing I wanted to cover is that your hand position on your throttle hand and your left hand, R8, fucking nice. I'm an Audi fan, so that's a nice thing to see. The other thing is adjusting your levers rotationally, like this. Huh, dude, what a difference that made. So I rode like without adjusting that for the longest time, and I just, this was used, obviously. I bought this with 5,000 miles on it, and I rode like that for the longest time, because it was just where the other guy had it. I didn't even, honest to God, I'm not afraid to admit, I didn't even know that I could fucking adjust it. I'm sure I would have figured it out sooner or later, but I ended up watching a video on it, and boy, what a difference it made. If you're not in position here where you need to be, don't make the dramatic move to where you should be right away. If you're used to riding it out of position, make it a gradual, do it once, make a gradual adjustment, and then go for a ride, make another gradual adjustment, go for a ride, and get into the ergonomic state. And what is the ergonomic place, you might be asking? Well, how do I know where to adjust it to? How do I know what is too far? Well, your hands, you want your arms and your hands to be straight when you're in your riding position. It's the best way I can explain it. You want this to be like a plank. So wherever that is, do it in a stopped position. Obviously, be safe. Try and figure that out, and use that as a starting point, and take it from there. I mean, it might not be exactly where you want it. You might, like I found me going straight down was actually a little too far down for my liking. So what I did is started there, and then I just kind of I whipped it around the block quick, and then I found like, you know what, this is too much for me. Like, it's too far down. The other thing is, if you do it too far down, when you turn your handlebars at low speed turns, eventually you're eventually gonna what's the word? Oh, hit the tank. Duh. Sorry, talking and riding is not the best thing in the world, especially when you don't have a scripted video. So I'm just spitballing here. Not scripted content. I just want to give some quick tips. If you're new and you just started, setting the bike up to fit you is one of the most important things, and I can't stress how important that is. The difference it made for me when I put it into the position where, like, honestly, it got rev matching is something that everyone should do in practice, but the rev matching got so much easier. Like, it's exponentially easier because the clutch is where your brain expects it to be, and man, that makes such a difference. So rev matching was easier for me, shifting, braking, just everything got easier, and more natural. And you know what that did? It made me have so much more fun. I enjoyed the ride so much more because I didn't realize how wrong it felt because I didn't know any better. I didn't know any different. Now I know better and I know different. It makes such a difference, man. So I just wanted to leave that with you. Whoever's interested in any tips and tricks I'm picking up as I go. I'm by no means a pro or expert or an instructor, so don't take things I say for gospel. I just want to put things in your ear to be aware of, and then go do the digging and research yourself, just like I did and like everyone should. You should never just take one person's, MOTOJITSU, for example. A lot of things he says really resonate, and once you try them, like, oh crap. Not everything, most things, and honestly some of that might be because I'm still an amateur, so the things that I think don't resonate with me or work for me, maybe they will once I get more experience. But the point is, I watch that, and then I look, once he puts the idea in my head, I look it up for myself. So I suggest doing that. Remember, keep your hands not up against your rim here, put it out on the front brake. Get used to throttling like that, get used to having your fingers cover the brake. And make sure you adjust your levers to fit you. So those are very important. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate every one of my subscribers. I'm at 128 last I looked. I'm not really doing this for the subs necessarily. I'm doing this because it's fun and I really enjoy doing it. And I don't know, this community is a fun community to be a part of. So thank you for being a part of this very small community, whoever's watching this. I will be releasing stuff along the way of little things I've learned and picked up, tips, tricks, along with other stuff. I have a ton of videos written down and planned out already. I just need the nice weather to come so that I can really start filming. Right now I'm just getting out, you know, the hour, 2 hours I can squeeze out on the weekend when it's actually warm. You know, it's February 10th right now, and it's almost 60 degrees today, so obviously I had to take advantage of that. But once the weather gets nicer and the season rolls back around here in the Northeast, expect even more content. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Ride safe, please. Gear up, ride safe. Talk to you later.